Hello again in this instalment of Spiritual Wisdom. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm grateful to all of you following me here and to have this little community here on YouTube. I hope these videos are inspiring you, helping you in your spiritual journey and life's journey as well. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. I hope you're doing well. My name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, crystals and magical properties, as well as plants and their magical properties, and I talk about all matter of philosophical and spiritual topics. And when it comes to philosophy, it's more me sort of sharing my thoughts, my ideas, and sometimes ancient philosophies as well. And if you're interested in those types of things, you know what to do. Press that subscribe button, become a subscriber, a follower of this channel, and click the bell icon to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you like this content, please give it a thumbs up, as it helps the channel a great deal as well. Now, today's reading is going to be with Goddess Hecate, and as I always say, this is a safe place if you're practicing witch, Wiccan, pagan, or regardless of whatever spiritual path you're on. This is a safe place because there's no right or wrong spiritual path. There's just the path that's right for you. And I haven't said this in the past, but because I've always been a member of the LGBT community, this is a safe place if you're a member of the LGBT community. And as I too am a member of the LGBT community as well. Now, this reading will be with Goddess Hecate, and it is on an LGBT matter. Now, throughout history, the love between two men has been understood and accepted, because, you know, the ancient Greeks understood it, the ancient Romans, even in ancient Egypt it was accepted, and there's lots of cultures that understood it, accepted it, and that. But it's really Christianity that sort of demonised that type of love, and even the love between two women was celebrated, honoured in the Greek, Roman and Egyptian culture. When it comes to trans people, you know, if you're trans watching, and I support the trans community, historically there would be people who were trans, they didn't identify with the gender they were born with, mentally, emotionally and spiritually. They didn't identify with the gender. They may have dressed a certain way that resonated with their, who they knew to be truly deep within. And if you're transgender, but as we live in modern times, I respect history in the past, and there's a lot of lessons to be learned. But in the modern times, thanks to, you know, a lot of activism, we have the rights we have thanks to people in the past who've protested and done a lot of activism work. That's how we have a lot of the rights we have in the Western world. But for them, there's always going to be people who are homophobic, always. But when it comes to transphobia, a lot of people are going for a really hard time right now, and a lot of people, you know, might accept homosexuality or got their heads round that, but because people are afraid of what they don't understand, there's a lot of people who are trans who get thrown under the bus. And one thing I think was not ideal is, like, if there's a debate about trans people, there's never a trans person there at the debate, which isn't there. But I support the LGBT community as a part of that, and I believe, you know, laws that protect LGBT people and empower the LGBT also help make the world a better place. However, this reading is specifically Goddess Hecate and her advice and guidance to those of you who may be trans, as well, or have trans friends. This is a reading to send with them, and it's Goddess Hecate giving guidance, because I know psychically and energetically I feel that energy. A lot of people are trans, and though some of you who follow me here are trans, are going through a hard and difficult time. If any, yeah. Okay. Mother, friend and teacher, goddess of magic, goddess of the crossroads, goddess of keys, goddess of light, the torch and knowledge. As I light this sacred candle, I invite you to this sacred space. With your breath, I cleanse these cards. Mother, friend and teacher, what advice do you have for individuals who are trans? Now with the Devil card here, it's really Goddess Hecate saying, I know what those of you who are trans, who in your mind, body and soul, you know who you truly are, and she encourages you to stand in your power and soul to be who you truly are. But with the Devil, it's like you feel trapped and stuck by society's rules. That I'm also seeing a box, so it's Goddess Hecate saying that society tries to fit you into a box, but you know deep down who you truly are at your core. So it's, and some of you, because it's easier to fit in with society's labels, some of you feel maybe you feel like you should just conform to the rules of society. But Goddess Hecate is saying here, she knows what you're going through a hard time, but and the Devil here's about control. She knows what you feel trapped by society's norms, by society's rules, and she's encouraged to be your true and authentic self and to honour who you know in your heart, mind and soul to be, and break free of those limitations that society has put on you. We get what we accept, and if you accept the treatment and the limitations society has put on you, you will always receive them. So the energy here from Goddess Hecate is, you do get what you accept. So you get what you accept. So it's like Goddess Hecate is saying, don't accept ill treatment. Don't accept people. You can't control the devils around you. Meaning, like, I also get that energy, but it's not bowing down to society. It's honouring your pronouns. It's honouring who you know yourself to be in your mind, heart and soul. And it's not conforming to society, not bowing to other people, not settling for treatment you don't deserve as well. And it's also, you can't control the devils around you, the toxic and negative people that are transphobic or don't respect you. You can't control these people, but it's breaking free from, from bowing down, conforming to rules for peace. And then with the Five of Cups, it's reversed in the sense that Goddess Hecate is saying, many of you who are trans will feel down, feel hopelessness, despair, but Goddess Hecate says there's always hope, and it's looking out of that darkness. It's being your true and authentic self and looking beyond the darkness. With Five of Swords, Goddess Hecate says she knows you feel divided because you know in your mind, heart and soul who you are, but you feel divided and separated. But Goddess Hecate is saying you are not alone, but there are others like you, and it's standing by your community and not letting you're stronger when you unite with people who understand you. So she knows what society is trying to divide you and control and cause pain and hardship for you. So it's standing with people who understand, respect you, and coming together. And this is also an energy of hope. There's always hope in standing. With Nine of Swords, Goddess Hecate is saying she knows a lot of those of you who are trans, you're stressed, worried, you feel things will never change for you, but things are changing, and it's not giving into that fear, that worry as well. Then with Seven of Swords, I feel it's like Goddess Hecate, people are maybe trying to, put you down, steal things from you, but it's standing in your power, your sovereignty, and speak. Your voice is powerful, Goddess Hecate, and it's using your voice to bring about the change you want to see in the world as well. And I'm seeing the colour blue, and it's about the throat chakra. So Goddess Hecate is saying it's our voice. Many people have used their voice to really bring about the change they've wanted to see in the world. And it's also Goddess Hecate with this card saying you're not alone. There are others who are defending you. So it's not just, but you have to defend yourself and stand up for yourself. Goddess Hecate is saying stand in your power and stand up for yourself and be who you truly know in your heart, mind and soul who you are, but know what others support you. And with the Emperor card, that's really the energy Goddess Hecate has been saying throughout this. You get what you accept, and you get what you put up with. So that with the Empress, it's Goddess Hecate saying, with the Emperor, it's Goddess Hecate saying you're the master of your life. There's nothing wrong with being kind, but it's having boundaries with other people. And if people don't respect your boundaries, they don't respect you, and you have to show them where the door is. And it's standing up for yourself, standing in your power. And that's what Goddess Hecate is saying. If you're trans, you know in your mind, heart and soul who you are. So it's standing in your power, your sovereignty, and living your life the way being who you truly are and who you truly know you are, and embracing that. And then the Page of Swords, it's believing in yourself, being confident, and honouring your identity and your individuality. And Goddess Hecate wants that for everyone. She wants everyone to love themselves, to respect themselves, to stand in their power and sovereignty, but she has the wisdom to know that is not possible for everyone. Meaning, and Goddess Hecate has taught me that, but what she means by that is if people are toxic and negative, or they're unemotional intelligent, they won't achieve that. But for those of you who are trans, this is possible for you, and Goddess Hecate is encouraging you to stand your power, your sovereignty, and that. And then the Eight of Wands, this is Goddess Hecate saying that it's about doing speedy work, speaking out, raising awareness, and speaking out, doing activism, raising awareness to bring about the change you want to see in the world, and knowing that a lot of big changes are happening because there are many people who support you. If you're trans, you may feel alone, but there are many people who understand your struggle and are working fastly and quickly to bring about the change. And then Queen of Wands, it's honouring your passion, it's being who you are, it's honouring your truth and living your life, and also knowing that there's fiery people, passionate people who are by your side, who are also fighting to bring about the world you seek, a world where trans people are protected by law, but the laws also empower trans people, and where people understand what it means to be trans and protect, and where people understand as well. And the Ace of Swords, this is Goddess Hecate saying, those of you who are struggling who are trans, you will find victory and success over your struggles as well. And that's really the energy I'm feeling here from Goddess Hecate. It's about honouring who you know in your mind, heart and soul to be, standing in your power and sovereignty, and not settling for society's rules, or that, like not fitting into the box. There's a good trans person I met a while back when me and my partner were having lunch who works in Greg's, but they had a female name, but they used to maybe, sometimes they wouldn't answer to that name, and sometimes they did. They were conforming of that, or just because they were exhausted and they were fed of having to explain who they were and their pronouns. But they have now transitioned into a new name as well, and they're still going for a transformational experience, but deep down they're honouring who they know to be in their mind, heart and soul as well. And I meditate with God's Hecate, but I've always been, people, I've noticed that people are trans are going for a very hellish and difficult time. And with this card, the devil, I really feel that. That's what God's Hecate is saying. She knows what those of you are trans are going for a heavy and devilish time. You feel trapped and stuck in this world. You feel like you're stuck in hell. Things will never change. But God's Hecate is saying there are people fighting for the change you want to see, but you've got to work beside those people to bring about the change you want to see as well. And you've got to believe in yourself and be your true and authentic self as well. Now with the unicorn deck, I'm just going to see what messages Goddess Hecate's got here as well. Angels and guides, Goddess Hecate. Mother, friend, teacher. What messages do you have for those who are trans? So get finish what you've started. You are started something important. Now it's time to complete it. So I feel with God's Hecate, some of you who are trans may be going through a transition where you're going for an operation to become who you know in your mind, heart and soul to be. But it's also some of you are on this journey where maybe physically you don't have the money, but to the outside world, maybe you were born physically you were born a female, but you don't identify with the gender you were born with. You identify as male, or for some of you, you may have been born male, but you identify as female. But it's finishing that journey. It's continue to work in yourself, God's Hecate, and it's honouring who you are each and every day. And that's what God's Hecate, and it's continuing to love and accept yourself and work on yourself. With love, and then the answer you seek is love. I really feel God's Hecate saying that it's about learning to love yourself. You understand who you are. There are others who understand who you are, but it may be difficult to find a community of like-minded people who understand you, but you will find the right people in time. But it's God's Hecate saying here, don't abandon yourself. Continue to love yourself. Continue to work in yourself, and embrace who you truly know yourself to be. We wish upon a star. This is all about change, because you feel divided, you feel things are hard in the world, and if you are trans, I feel that psychically, where things are hard and difficult for those of you who follow me here who are transgender. Things are hard and difficult for you, but Spirit is saying the world is changing. And Hecate is saying the world is changing. People are on your side. People are fighting with you to bring about the change you wish to seek. And maybe the question you have is, will it ever be safe for people like me? Will it ever be okay to be who I know myself to be? And the answer here is yes is what the answer about your question, basically the truth. And it's about, with truth here, it's standing your truth. You know who you are. Doesn't matter what other people think. Doesn't matter, because even if everyone told you who you're meant to be, and because I feel if you identify as trans, there's going to be people out there that go, no, you're born a female, that's it. You're born male, and everyone tries to shut you up and put you into a box. But you know the truth of who you are. And that's what the Emperor's all about. Not conforming to the box what others or society wants to put you in. And actually what God's Hecate is saying about the truth card. And very soon, it's like very soon, the God's Hecate is saying, but everyone's going to have those of you who are trans, expressing those of you who are trans, and also people who are working with you, you all have to work together to bring about the change you want to see in the world. So it's hard work and action will bring the change, but then very soon it's like the change you want to see in the world, a better world for trans people, that is happening, and it will happen, but it will be it'll take a lot of hard work, and it'll be a lot of activism, a lot of slow work, but it is happening. And then hello and goodbye. It's saying goodbye. With this, it's God's Hecate saying goodbye to the version of you know is a lie, the version of you that is not true, the version of you that may have accepted, because physically you were born with a specific gender, but for years and years there's a point in your life where you know mentally, emotionally, and in your soul you're not the gender that society calls you. You know deep down who you are. So it's saying goodbye to that version that bows down to society's rules and conditioning. And then with exercising, it's practicing. I feel God's Hecate is with exercising. It's practicing positive affirmations that help you accept yourself, that help you to heal and grow as well. And then with laughter, God's Hecate is saying you should enjoy being who you are and enjoy life and do what brings you joy and happiness, because it is hard for those of you who are trans. So it's being with people that support you, that uplift you, and just love and enjoy being yourself as well. Yeah. And then I'm just going to see with the Angel Oracle what messages Goddess Hecate has got here for you. Angels and guides, what messages do you have for my trans friends and people who are trans? Now with soulmate here, I don't feel romantic energy, and God's Hecate is not giving this card in a romantic way, because usually with soulmates it's not always romantic, but God's Hecate is saying those of you who are trans are going to meet people in this life who you've known in past lives, and they have helped you with struggles. So you're going to meet people in this life. Some of you will be romantic connections, but I feel a lot of you're meeting friends. People will understand your struggle. They understand who you identify, your pronouns, and they support you. And these soul connections are going to help you heal and grow as well, because it's working with the right people, is what God's Hecate is saying. It's having a network of people that support you when you're feeling really down and really in despair, and having a good laugh with the right people who get and support you. With balance, it's finding balance within yourself, is really what God's Hecate is saying. And you find that by loving yourself, by being true to who you know you truly are. We study, and this is studying who you are and honouring your pronouns, honouring who you are, your interests and passions. With dreams, this is honouring your dreams and your desires in this life, and honouring the dream version of you, the version that you know in your heart is the real you. You, like, your mind and heart know the real version, but then connecting deeper into the heart chakra, you know if you're trans, but that's who you are, regardless of the noise, what everyone else says. It's honouring your energy, your feelings, emotions. Regarding angel, this is God's Hecate's way of saying you're not alone, because a lot of you trans may feel alone. No one understands me, no one respects who I identify as, and a lot of you are trans. That's the struggle you're going through. A lot of people don't respect you, they don't call you by the name you address yourself by, they don't respect your pronouns, and a lot of people are not willing, they're ignorant, they're not willing to learn, they're not willing to grow, so they're not willing to learn and grow. But with this card, it's God's Hecate saying, though you know me or not, I am there for you. And also, you're never alone, but your angels and guides are with you, they support you. With freedom, again, you wish to be free from the labels and the boxes that society puts on you. But with this, it's Goddess Hecate saying, honour who you know you truly are. And don't have boundaries with everyone, and don't settle for treatment you truly don't deserve. With spiritual growth, feel God's Hecate saying that when you're a trans person, you go through a lot of rejection, a lot of hardship, a lot of misunderstanding. So with spiritual growth, it's like many people who are trans go through a dark night of the soul, what leads to spiritual growth and awakening. And you may be drawn to spiritual people because some spiritual people understand your struggle and difficulty, but also God's Hecate is saying, those of you trans going through an awakening of the soul, spiritual growth and evolution. And then with true inspiration here, it's honouring who you are, your identity, because your identity, your pronouns make you who you are. And then with focus, it's focus on being yourself, being true to yourself and your goals and your passions. And to close this reading today with Goddess Hecate, I'm just going to see what crystal messages Goddess Hecate has got as well. So, chameleon, feel your creativity, but as this is all about creativity, it's God's Hecate is saying a big part of loving ourselves is being unapologetically ourselves, and that's honouring our sexuality, it's honouring our pronouns, our gender. So it's honouring the being of you, the essence and being of you, and honouring the being of you who knows who you truly are and your creativity, and then you've got the power to create a life that allows you to be authentic, to be you and unapologetically. So it's honour the ability you have to create the world and the life you wish for yourself here. With amethyst, the message here is trust your intuition, and in God's hecate is given spiritual growth. So God's hecate is also saying being trans is also a very spiritual thing, and many people are trans may go for a spiritual awakening because for years, perhaps, you were born a woman, but for years and years of your life, people may have addressed you as a woman, you may have had a female name, you may have answered to that female name, but deep down, there was this inner voice that told you, no, I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman. I don't feel a woman. No, the name I've got, who being a woman, that is not true. That is not me. It's embracing who you, but your intuition was saying, no, I'm a boy. I'm a boy, and it's not just thinking, feeling that way. It's like this inner voice, this inner knowing, what you know who you truly are. So God's hecate, what sets a lot of us free is listening to our intuition, and God's hecate is also saying what breaks us away from suffering is listening to our intuition. So God's hecate is encourage you to listen to your inner voice, your inner guidance. Be who you truly know deep down you are as well. And then get laser focused. This is focusing on being you, focusing on living your best life, being your true and authentic self. None of this is easy, but God's hecate is saying that the work which transforms your life, work which brings growth and transformation and healing is never an easy journey, but it is a rewarding one. It's really what God's hecate is saying here. And then the black kyanite, it sets strong boundaries, and that's what I'm saying. If people don't respect how your pronouns, they don't respect your boundaries, then they never respected you in the first place. So it's setting strong boundaries, and that's what God's hecate is saying. You need to stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself, and to have boundaries with family members and friends. And if they don't respect your boundaries, they don't respect you. And that's really what God's hecate is saying here. We go with the flow. This is God's hecate, and accept what you can't control, because if you're trans, there are devil characters you have to deal with. There's devil characters you have to deal with, because not everyone's going to respect you, respect your pronouns. So you have to go with the flow, meaning, right, I can't control the world outside, but I can I can be me. I can always be me and control how I respond to this situation. And you respond to it by reaching out to friends, family members who do support you and who you truly are, and getting support and guidance from them. You reach out to people that have got your back, is what Goddess Hecate is saying. But let go of, because you can't control fools and people are not willing to grow or to understand. With red jasper, it's take action. So it's also, working with friends and people who are on a similar journey to you, taking the action to make the world a better place for people who are trans, taking action, speaking up for yourself, having pronouns, having boundaries, and speaking up, and also doing activist work to bring about making the world a better place for those who are trans as well. We find a way to forgive. Many of you who are transgender, this is God's hecate saying you've been misunderstood. People have told you to conform. Like some of you, like you may have had a father, you may have had a mother, but your father and mother has like abandoned you because you wouldn't identify with the way they saw you, and for your mother, father, it was too much of emotional blow. They couldn't get their head around it, or they didn't want to get their head around it, because in their mind they gave birth to a baby girl or a baby boy, and they didn't want to accept your how you truly knew you were deep down. They couldn't get their head around it, or they weren't willing to get their head around it. So you may have faced a lot of abandonment and mistreatment from certain family members because of who you truly knew you were, is what Goddess Hecate is saying. But it's forgiving these people, not what you let them back into your life, but for your own peace of mind. Or you accept what's happened and you learn from the heartbreak and the betrayal you've been through. And then with black tourmaline, it's protect your energy, because those of you who are trans, Goddess Hecate, you're very vulnerable. So it's standing up for yourself, having boundaries, and also working with your support network to bring about the change you want to see in the world as well. And learn to love and accept yourself and be your true and authentic self as well. And that's the energy I'm feeling here. And breaking it free, sticking it to the man, with the devil card, like sticking it to the man, breaking free of society's rules and not conforming to what society wants for you. It's really the energy I'm feeling here in this reading from Goddess Hecate. As always, I hope this reading brings you some guidance. To those of you that follow me here, my friends and followers, for those of you that follow me here who are trans, I hope this reading brings you some guidance, some help. Or if any of you who follow me here have got trans friends, share this video with them, and I hope it brings them some guidance and comfort, because Goddess Hecate, though in ancient times Goddess Hecate would have been a Greek goddess, and she's her history, mainly if you look Goddess Hecate up, you research should be found as a Greek goddess who rules over liminal space, but also Macedonia. She's got a lot of origins, Goddess Hecate, but her energy is very primordial, and anyone can work with Goddess Hecate. But Goddess Hecate cares about everyone. She's drawn to people who have been through hardship, people who have been abandoned, people who have been through childhood trauma. Goddess Hecate is drawn to people who have been victims of abuse, victims of child abuse, victims of mistreatment. Anyone who's been through hardship, difficulty, bullying, or anyone who's felt like an outsider, abandoned, who's went through hard times, dark nights of the soul. Goddess Hecate is drawn to people like this because she wants to help them heal, grow, and stand in their power and sovereignty. Goddess Hecate wants that for everyone. But also, people who have been through hardship, difficulty, or felt like an outsider, anyone who's felt because you're different and the world has treated you like an outsider and mistreated you because you stand out, your light is too bright and people are afraid of your light, Goddess Hecate will be drawn to you, but you may also be drawn to her for that reason, because she wants you to shine bright and be your true and authentic self as well. And she helps anyone who's been abandoned or misunderstood, and she's drawn to outcasts and people who have been mistreated or misunderstood as well. So as always, I hope this reading with Goddess Hecate brings you some guidance, some comfort. If you are transgender, or if you have got any friends or family member who are trans, you support them in your own way, and I hope this reading from Goddess Hecate supports them as well. Till next time, stay safe, look after yourself, walk your spiritual path with pride, and if you're a practicing witch like me, stay witchy. May meet, may part, meet again. Blessed be.